This is a sequel to my Star Wars collection. You won't see this episode until very later in the year. Yay! Let's get to today's episode of my Disney Talk series with Pikachumaster 542. Welcome, everyone. This is Pikachumaster 542 with another exciting episode of my Disney Talk series. Now, today's episode, we'll be doing part 2 of or technically part 3. Yeah, part 1 I did DVDs and Blu-ray. Part 2 I showed off my toy collection. So this is technically part 3. So part 3 will be my, the rest of my DVD collection and VHS tape collection and the figures and merch that I haven't shown off to you guys. So let's have some Star Wars fun. Also, I'm drinking some RC Cola. That's refreshing. Also, I have a Coca-Cola thermal detonator, like out of Galaxy's Edge. This is my piece of Star Wars merchandise. I'm not throwing it away. I'm going to show off to you guys 2 Funko Pops. One from the Secret Trilogy and one from the original trilogy. And here's one from the Secret Trilogy, which is a Golden Rey figure from, I think it's from Force Awakens. This is when she meets up with Luke at the island that Luke went to. She holds out to the lightsaber that belonged to his father, and then him before losing it in Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, when he lost his hand and lightsaber. So this is my Golden Rey Funko Pop. So here's the front. Here's the side. Here's the back, which is Rey. Here's the other back, we can see the Golden Rey Funko Pop. Here's the top, and here's the bottom. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any real gold, it's just sprayed on gold. Or plastic gold. And it's exclusive to Walmart. Yay. Rey Funko Pop. The next Funko Pop we have here is one that I found at my local Goodwill. And it's a very beat up original trilogy Luke Skywalker Star Wars Funko Pop. I think it's official or a bootleg, but I'm never going to sell this because it's going to stay with me till I kick the bucket or become one with the Force. So here is Luke Skywalker Funko Pop. Here's the front. Here's the side. Here's the back with the rest of the characters, like Princess Leia, the fighter pilot, Nalan Shield, and Beep Fortuna. And here is the side. And here's the back and front. And we have a Pika question from the Pika audience. Yes, what is the question? What is the question of the day? Is it lightsaber blue or green? Let's see. This is Luke Skywalker from Episode 4, called aka Star Wars 1977, or as you call it, A New Hope. So his lightsaber is blue. So this is when he first gets it from Ben Kenobi, which Ben Kenobi gets it from his chest after, Ben Kenobi gets it from Anakin when he was younger in Episode 3 after leaving him to burn on Mustafar. Ben Kenobi gives, Luke his father's lightsaber, which is blue. Yeah, so Luke doesn't get his green lightsaber until Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, which is revealed in fun fashion. Let's see. R2-D2 pops the lightsaber out when Luke gives the signal, and he unleashes his power and green lightsaber. So his lightsaber is blue. And yes, I'm a nerd. You can tell by my glasses. Also, this I can see, because if I can't see, then, well, and everything is blurry. I confuse Henry Hoofburger for Henry Dinklehopper. Oh, it's Henry Hoofburger. So yeah, his lightsaber is blue. Oh, let's see. That's either the neighbor's dog or my dog, who's outside, Molly, bark at the squirrels, or leaves. And now here's the next action figure, which is from the Star Wars, Black Series set. It's one of the Mandalorian figures, so Star Wars The Mandalorian. I think his name is Shriek Hawk. Yes, so here is the front. Here is the side, which has nothing, has nothing. And here's the other side with the picture on it. Ooh, picture on it. And here's the back, and with information from the Mandalorian. Like, this character's from the show. It has stuff on it. And here is the bottom and the top. This was, I think, a Christmas present. Or was it a birthday present? I don't know. Birthdays and Christmases. Yep, that's either my dog or the other dog. So I'll be right back and get my dog. So. And I'm back. That was my ducky. She tends to bark at random stuff. So anyways, let's continue on with my Star Wars collection. Like my Star Wars lunchbox. We have two of them. One is from Star Wars 1977, aka A New Hope, and the other one's from Empire Strikes Back, which is in my room with a bunch of other stuff. So here is the front. Here is the sticker with the price on it. Here is the same picture. And here is the side. And also, yes, it's filled with stuff that I put inside the lunchbox, because that's what you put in stuff. That's what you put. Okay, let's see. What do I have? Okay, I have this character from episode 9. It's a Star Wars Lego toy. Let's see. I have an old Jason little figurine. That's not Star Wars related, it's Power Rangers. And I have a Bakugo from My Hero Academia, little minifigure. And Ochako, that's needs to be reassembled. And there's standees. Oh, and little bits of rust, which I'll probably clean up later. What year is this? Let's see. Year. It says Lucasfilm, not Disney. Covered in dust. I don't know. Yeah. My Star Wars lunchbox. I didn't have a Star Wars lunchbox growing up because I was poor Pikachumaster. But I did watch Star Wars The Clone Wars on TV for those 5 seasons. Or this was before I knew about any seasons. All I know is that there was Star Wars The Clone Wars. No, I'm rich Pikachumaster. Well, now I have money. Well, sorta. I tried currently job hunting in the world of Star Wars, and I have a job interview the following day. Or when you see this episode, hopefully, eventually I get the job. So yeah. Now it's time to show off to you guys more of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. So let's see. So this original Star Wars trilogy set I found at my local Goodwill. And it's the Star Wars original trilogy, pre-1997, aka pre-special edition. So yeah, so it's the box set before the special editions. And it's Darth Vader on it. Let's see, so it has Star Wars: A New Hope. Da 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 da. There's pictures from the movie. The Empire Strikes Back. And more pictures from the movie. And Return of the Jedi. And pictures for the movie. Yep. From Fox Video. Da 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 da. Now, let's see. Okay, so here is the box set that the Star Wars Special Edition Original Trilogy came in. Which, this is where I put my extra Star Wars DVDs. So yeah, so I have an extra DVD of Star Wars: Phantom Menace. This one doesn't work, although this one doesn't work because the DVD is, I think it's falling apart. So yeah, so I have an extra Phantom Menace on DVD. Also hearing noises, that's just my doggy playing in the room. So I have here's an extra Star Wars Attack of the Clones on DVD. Here's an extra Star Wars Revenge of the Sith on DVD. I'll also have the 2D Star Wars Clone Wars DVD, which is the micro series, which is prior to the 3D Star Wars: The Clone Wars. This was released around, I think, 2003, 2004, which is supposed to be just like after Episode 2 and before Episode 3. Here's the front, and here's the back. And here is the DVD with the slipcover, which has 20 chapters, aka 5 minutes of each chapter. Here's my extra DVD here's my extra DVD of The Empire Strikes Back. And here's my extra DVD of Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi. And here's a DVD with bonus material, which talks about, the Star Wars trilogies. The original trilogy, and then making the prequel trilogy. And the hype of Star Wars. Goes back in. Hello there. We're showing off the rest of my Star Wars collection. And now we're going to the sequel trilogy. So, the first DVD I have here is Star Wars: The Force Awakens on Blu-ray and DVD. Here's the front. Here is the back. And here is an actual picture of the movie. Let's see. Is this the Blu-ray version? Yeah. That's the Blu-ray, the bonus disc, and the DVD version. I found this Blu-ray DVD combo set at my local Goodwill. That's where I find most of my Star Wars collection. My local Goodwill. And here's Episode 7, which I own again. I own this first, then that one on DVD. So here's the front. Here's the spine. Ooh. And here's the back, with most of the characters that you see. Except for Luke, because you only see him at the very end. Or he's like mentioned. And here's the DVD. And now here's Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Here's the front. Here's the spine. Ooh, spine. And here's the back with pictures of characters, including this cool lightsaber battle. Here's the DVD. And this pamphlet with movie awards on it, which I already redeemed. So ha 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 ha. Last Jedi. And now the episode 9 is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Here's the front. Here's the spine. Here's the back with Rey and all the characters that appear in the movie. And here is the DVD from the movie. And the pamphlet which I redeemed for the Disney Awards. Mwahahaha. Oh yeah, so here's the DVD. Which has Finn on it. Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Now this year they're going to be releasing the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which I'm excited to see in theaters. I'm going to bring my Grogu plushie, and just to be a troll, my Jar Jar Binks plushie. Yay! Da 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 da. All right. Alright, so this is where we're at here for now. But join me next time in the next exciting episode of my Disney Talk series. With yours truly, Pikachumaster 5 for 2. 5 for 2, 5 for 2, do do do. Do 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 do. Now remember, everyone, stay being your true not so Pika selves, my Pika pals, because you're all Pika fantastic. And remember, the Force will be with you always. Bye. Da 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 da. Jazz hands. Bye.